Welcome back to another episode of the Self-Care Revolution. Listen, it's so much going on this week. I don't know about y'all, but it's just so much going on. And I have been wanting to do this episode for a while because when it's so much going on, you need to focus on the daily five even more, okay? The basics always come first. No matter what, they are not skippable. It just is what it is, okay? We're going to start off talking today about the comparison trap because I feel like everybody does this, even me. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're human, we can't help it, but a lot of times we're not even doing fair comparisons. You know what I mean? Like for instance, today I was scrolling the internet and I saw a video of some robots because they just had these, I'm not sure if y'all are aware or not, but they just had these 2026 humanoid games, and in those games, they had different robots, humanoids, right? They were boxing, they were cheerleaders, they were running track. And the interesting thing about them running track is that after they ran like the 100-meter dash, they had like this wall for them to run into and fall down or whatever. But it was also showing like some malfunctions. But the point is, in order for something to be a fair comparison, each thing has to be similar, right? Like when people run in track meets, they're running based on similar speed and stuff like that. That's how they decide on the different heats. So I just don't understand how you could take a humanoid robot and have it do something that a human did and compare it to the human when the human doesn't have the strength. I mean, all you got to do is program the humanoid to run faster than the human if you know the human's fastest time. So I just don't understand what we're doing here. But the point is, we need to have fair comparisons. And when we're comparing ourselves to trainers that are pushing their programs or some, intense workout at a gym in your neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Like you think oh, I'm going to jump in, I'm going to do that. You get humbled real quick. All right. And then most of us quit. Okay. Because you feel some type of way like, dang, I can't even keep up. But it's not that. It's that you're comparing yourself to, like they say, your day one to somebody's day 51 or day 151 or 1051. Right. But it's really deeper than that because we're going to talk about like what it is that is the difference, but it's just something that we don't pay attention to, right? Because you see the trainer, they're in shape, they have this wonderful program, you see their body, you think, oh, I could do this, they must have did this to work out, and that's just not the truth, okay? Nobody tells you that those trainers have been working on their bodies for years, okay? Nobody tells you that you're comparing yourself to somebody's like fifth year versus your day one, like I said. Now, I can tell you a personal story, about myself because I'm like, oh man, I was athletic back in the day, and then I had like a stint where I just kind of fell off on the athleticism, and then it was like, all right, I used to be an athlete, I'm about to jump right back in here. And those of you who saw my video a couple of years ago when I joined that all women's gym in my neighborhood, and I went that first day, I had a half a banana, and this little old lady had to help me out about 15 minutes into that class. Like, the point is, we all we all fall into this comparison trap, okay? And I just want to make it so much easier for everybody else because I finally realized that it boils down to consistency. It doesn't have to be some crazy ass program for you to lift weights or to lose weight or whatever it is that you want to do to get back in shape. It all boils down to how well you're doing the basics, okay? It's the difference between the trainer who's pushing the program is years of repetition. That's it. It's not some secret talent or whatever. It's just they have years of consistency in the reps that they're doing for exercise, okay? It's not some special discipline you don't have because discipline comes with the journey. That's why I keep telling people, if you focus on the daily five, all of that will come. Because if you focus on the daily five, your goal is no longer, I need to lose 50 pounds. I need to do this every day. You'll be focusing on, one, checking on yourself every day, right? And two, you will have consistent habits that fill the bucket of the daily five, which is your basics, hydration, movement, rest, prayer, reflection. Like, the thing about it is everybody's is going to look different. All right. There's somebody now that hasn't worked out in years. Instead of them doing a 5-minute walk a day consistently to see how many days they can do that, they're thinking about how, they weren't able to hang in the class that they signed up for because they're out of shape. So it's like we rather do nothing than, the little things that we could do to string together to create the consistency and see results. We usually quit too early and we have unrealistic expectations, okay? But the main reason why is because of the comparison trap. And let's not even forget, even though you see the trainer who's successfully in shape, right? People who are, entrepreneurs that have launched these businesses and they're successful, even those people still need the basics. The basics is not, you don't end it. That's why people fall off, because they never take the basics seriously. A person who has a workout regimen that they have stuck to for years and years, they don't even look at it as exercise. They look at it as, this is what I do for my body every day, just like this is how I charge my phone. And that's the mindset shift that you need to have in order to stick to the whatever program you're trying to do. All right? Because even the people who look like they got it all figured out, they're still doing the basics. They're still drinking water. They're still probably trying to get to sleep, right? Still, sitting with themselves, praying and reflecting some kind of way. And the thing about it is that looks different for everybody. Like I said, you are hearing me say 5 general words, but it varies across people. And then once you start doing a 5-minute walk, for instance, you start out doing a 5-minute walk and you do that consistently for 2 weeks. Then you'd be like, you know what? I'm about to go walk in the park instead. That 5-minute walk turns into a little longer walk. And then you're like, you know what? I've been doing this for a couple of months. Let me go do something different. And it changes. And it's the same thing with everybody else. But nobody ever graduates out of the basics. Just like you're never not going to have to charge your phone. You got to show up every day and charge your phone. Okay? A trainer, not a CEO, not anybody is going to be able to graduate out of the basics. And that's how you make it a habit forever. Okay? Because the Daily 5 isn't for people who are, behind the curve or whatever. It's for everybody, forever and ever. All right. So that's why I like to do these not videos, but I like to do these episodes, because we talk about why we skip the basics and jump right into the hard part. And that is something that I did when I first started trying to work out. When I just said, I haven't worked out in a long time, I'm going to go ahead and take this class. Man, it was only 5 exercises written on the chalkboard in the front of the class, but I was done after about 12 to 15 minutes of doing those back to back. It was a sight to see. Okay. Now, like I said, I want to talk about why we skip the basics to just jump to the hard part. One, we want instant gratification, which that's kind of the world we live in. But if you're not drinking water and you're not sleeping right, you're not eating intentionally, right? Not perfectly, but you're paying attention to most of the stuff that go in your body. Why would you think that you could jump straight into an intense workout plan if you can't even drink water on a regular basis or can't even get to sleep on it? Why would you think that you could do something that requires you do well in those 3 things I just mentioned, but you're trying to skip it? Once I thought about that, I was like, oh man, no wonder I died in that class, because I hadn't really focused on hydration. I hadn't focused on movement, sleep, whatever. I got a good night's sleep the night before, but no, the point is, what was I consistently already doing? Because you can't outwork a bad diet, right? And all of those things. So all those things actually go into getting healthy. It's not just the workout piece. The workout piece is just, something that you get to because you're trying to take care of your basics. All right. So the point is, self-care is not optional. It's not skippable. All right. Awareness comes before you get motivation. So we need to stop relying on motivation. You just need to do what you know you need to do and just be real with yourself. Like I said, maybe you don't need a 50-minute workout. Maybe you need to start with some walks and then work your way up. Okay. Because the Daily 5 touches everything. You cannot escape it. I don't care who you are. All right. How well you do with whatever you're going to show up as it relies totally on how well you take care of your basics: hydration, nourishment, movement, rest, and reflection. It's just that simple. Now, if y'all missed the 30-day self-care check-in in July, you really missed the treat, because I created my workbook for myself, right? And I still use it. every day, because when you're not writing something down, it's easier to forget. And when you write something down consistently, then you can look back over and you might see things that you wouldn't have seen had it not been right in your face because you wrote it down. Okay. So that's literally why I built the workbook the way that I did, because we track our bank account, we track our to-do list, we track everything. All right. Tracking the basics, it seems like, duh, yeah, you should. Tracking them daily, though, is what is key. It's not the advanced stuff. It's the simple shit that you're already doing, all right? That's providing, shall we say, proof that you show up for the foundation part first, all right? When you go to basic training in the military, you got to do some basic physical functions before you can go in there, all right? It's all about the basics. I'm telling you, you're not going to find any occupation or anything where somebody's not relying on the basics, all right? So point being, basics first and always, all right? Not because you're behind, because you're not behind, but because that's just how it fucking works for everybody. You have to start with the fucking basics, all right? Like I always say, present you, which is you right now, maintains everything. And you're going to hand over some shit to future you, because future you can't do nothing right now. So what kind of body are you handing over to future you? What kind of mind are you handing over to future you, all right? Because, listen, quite frankly, we have about 129 days left in the rest of the year, and we need to be focusing on ourselves. What better time? Focus on you. The daily 5. Hydration, nourishment, movement, rest, and reflection, okay? If you want to grab the workbook, trust me, it's very, very enlightening to go through this this workbook, because you just never know how you're going to feel and what you're going to learn about yourself in 30 days, okay? You can get the workbook in the show notes. I put the link in the show notes, but you can also get it on our Facebook page, Selfcare Revolution. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify, and Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, okay? I'm your girl, Damita. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.